What's going on, y'all? GeoFuck Site Perspectives here. This is a reaction video to Say So TV's latest video discussing gay and bi LGBT queer men being independent, being single. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the whole situation. So, I get where you're coming from. I do think that in an ideal setup, it would be nice to have a partner or partners, have a relationship, have a companion, have somebody that you can lean on, that you can grow with, that you can build with, that, you know what I mean? Somebody that loves and cares about you, you know, you can go and really have that partnership. Yes, that is definitely something that would be ideal. I'm not saying that it wouldn't. However, depending on your social identity, it's easier said than done in a lot of cases. I notice you keep highlighting on single parents, single mothers, and the reality is the vast majority of us had single mothers. So most of us did not come from 2-parent households. That's a privilege in of itself, to have a 2-parent household, and not just a 2-parent household, but a 2-parent household that's healthy and functioning. Because a lot of people had 2 parents, but the father was not really involved with their upbringing or raising. All he did was work and come home and argue and fuss and not want to be bothered. That's not really being a father, okay? Or you got the mother who, she works 24/7, so when she comes home, she's angry, fussing, yelling. You know, those aren't really healthy setups for anybody to be living in. So, but you keep highlighting that as if that's the main reason why a lot of us are choosing to be independent or happen to be independent. Now, I do think that our upbringing plays a large role in why we are the way we are, our behaviors, our thought processes, our relationships, and at the same time, it's also lived experiences. So in my situation, I was raised by my grandparents because, let's just keep it a buck, my mom was not mature enough to be a mother. And my father was your typical cis male, a deadbeat. Wasn't there, didn't want to participate, and was just non-existent. So my grandparents stepped in. On my mother's side, my maternal grandparents stepped in and raised me. But their relationship was very toxic and dysfunctional in of itself. Let's just keep it real. I love them and I'm thankful, but that was not a good example of a relationship. It just wasn't. So, and then my experiences, like when I've tried to date, talk, get to know somebody, it's been nothing but failure. And the common denominator here is me. So I just have decided I'm not going to participate in this anymore, and I'm just going to focus on myself and taking care of my responsibilities and helping my family. That's about it, because obviously I am not the person that people want to be with. I'm the person that people want to use, okay? So to go more into detail, you know, because I really do appreciate your videos and your perspective and everything. So to go more in detail with this, I just got out of a 14-month situationship. Here it is. You can meet somebody. First of all, and I'm going to do it, right? Because you said that it was about our self-esteem. Yes, I definitely suffer from low self-esteem. Suffer from low self-worth. Codependency, abandonment issues, people-pleasing. I have trauma. I have problems and issues that I've been working on. So I do agree, like, having low self-esteem, not really thinking that you deserve better, definitely can play a role in the type of relationships that you end up in or don't have. So I've been in therapy for consecutively for the past 4+ years, right? I've been building my self-esteem, building my self-worth, really loving me, getting to know me, understanding boundaries, understanding what it means to have standards, understanding what it means to communicate and to convey my wants, my needs. And here's the problem. Everybody doesn't really care about that. So I met this person on Grindr 14 months ago. Started off as a hookup, led to us hanging out more often, led to us having more hookups, led to us going out and about, you know, trying to, what I thought was going to be building towards talking stage, dating, and then hopefully would be a relationship. And all I did was waste a year and a half basically in this situation. And I don't really view myself as a high value man. I just view myself as an adult. And as a man, it's just certain things that I feel I should be doing for myself and achieving. So, not to toot my own horn, but since we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. I'm an intersex trans man. Born intersex trans man. Okay? I identify as gay, pansexual. Okay, I have 4 college degrees, 2 associate's degrees, 1 bachelor degree, and a master's degree. I've been working since I was 16. That's 14 years. I'm about to be 31. I have a full-time job. I have a part-time job. I have side hustles. I work on running different businesses. And then I contract. I do a lot of contract work as well, right? Then I create content. Okay? I pay my own bills. Did nobody help me get this car? I got this car. Don't nobody pay for my car payments, my car insurance, homeowner's insurance, property taxes, utilities. You're right. It's very difficult out here. I'm literally a financial coach, housing counselor. I help people become first-time home buyers. I help people get out of debt, right? So I totally get it. The cost of living has skyrocketed. Things are 2 to 3 times what it used to be 3 years ago. Literally, our wages and salaries have not kept on track with the cost of living, let alone take inflation into consideration. It's very difficult. And a lot of times I do work paycheck to paycheck because I literally have bills and responsibilities. It's hard being single. It's hard being independent. It's hard being a human. It's hard. Yes, it would be nice to have a partner that you can go 50-50 with on bills and responsibilities, and have somebody that you can come home to and have dinner with, have lunch with, hug, kiss, listen to how their day went, you know, help them with what they're working on, and they can help you with what you're working on. Have somebody to cuddle with, you know, have somebody that you can build and grow with. That would be ideal. I would actually love that. I want that. But I've long accepted that because I'm intersex and trans, the likelihood of that happening is slim to none, because the vast majority of the time, we are sexualized and fetishized. Nobody's actually interested in getting to know me. Instead, it's, oh, well, we gonna sleep around. I'm gonna waste your time. I'm gonna use you for your time, your energy, your resources, and sex. You gonna be, I've been the placeholder twice now. So I don't really have much of a hope at this point to want to waste more time trying to put myself in these situations. It's ridiculous. That's one part that I totally agreed with you on this video, where you were like, high value men. Even though I don't see myself as a high value, I just see myself as being an adult and being responsible out here. But it's the truth. When you do what you're supposed to do, or you achieve what society has told us that we need to be achieving as men, as a human being, as a person, you get taken advantage of. Don't nobody care that you're educated. Don't nobody care that you're respectful, that you're loving, that you're caring, that you have a big heart. You know what I'm saying? That you got your life somewhat in order. Because here's the thing, on paper, I look like I'm doing well, but I got student loans. I got to pay this car off. I had to get this car because my other car died on me. I had a 2009 Chevy Malibu that died Labor Day 2022. Okay, then I was driving my mom's 2007 G5 for a minute. That died at the end of December 2023, and then early February 2023, I got this car. I gotta pay this off. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out here. And again, nobody cares that you're responsible, that you're dependable, that you're accountable, that you're loving, that you communicate. I've communicated my needs, my wants, my boundaries, and that person just crumpled all over it, didn't care, went out one ear and out the other, just used me and basically was trying to drain me. And that's how I felt. And I ended that whole situation this past Friday, because it was just like, this isn't going anywhere. We're having the same conversations. I'm constantly asking this dude, what are we doing? You know, after 14 months, you don't know if you want to be in a relationship with somebody. You still don't want to take pictures. You don't want to. It's just so many different red flags that was all through this entire situationship, right? And I put myself in that because I didn't honor myself. I didn't honor my boundaries. I didn't honor my standards. So I take full accountability for that. Like I said at the beginning, I'm the common denominator. So if that means that I have to be independent and single, so be it. I would much rather be independent and single than to be in some lackluster, one-sided ass, draining ass, not having your needs met, only being used and taken advantage of ass relationship with some nigga that don't care about me and doesn't care about my well-being. I mean, it's just stingy and selfish. Like, it's just, I can go on and on. It's like you are better off being single and by yourself than to be sitting up struggling with somebody that's draining you and taking advantage of you. Now, for all of you out there that was able to meet loving, caring, supportive, reciprocal partners, give yourself a round of applause, because you're blessed. You're privileged. You're lucky, because the dating scene out here is hell on wheels, baby. It is a fucking cesspool out here. So shout out to Say So TV. Like, I'm happy that you were able to meet somebody that met you where you were at, and you met them where they were at, and y'all came together to build together and have a loving relationship and have a unit, have a partnership. That's beautiful. But everybody doesn't get that opportunity, unfortunately. And like I said, depending on your identity, you may or may not have those opportunities. Let's look at preferences. Preferences alone is why a lot of us end up being single and independent. Because again, I'm not the preference. The preference is people want to date cis people. They don't want to date trans people. They don't want to date intersex people. So, but they want to fuck us. Right? We're good to fuck. We're good to be the sneaky link and the booty call, but we're never good enough to love, to respect, to appreciate, to be in a relationship with. At least in my experience, that's how it's been. So at this point, I'm just used to being single. I've been single my whole life. So it's like, what else is there really to do here for me? You know what I mean? Yes, I don't really think, especially with this economy, the way things are set up, you do need to have support outside of yourself. Now, when you were discussing, I see why men want to me, that's just, I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, that's misogyny, that's patriarchy, that's sexism. Because you can sit up and say all of that. Meanwhile, the vast majority of those relationships were toxic and abusive towards the women who were in those relationships. It's more to it than just having a partner. You need to have a partner that respects you, that cares about you, that respects your standards, respects your boundaries, meets your needs. And you need to be able to do the same thing for your partner. Things need to be reciprocated. I'm not going to be sitting up like how I was for 14 months. I'm constantly pouring, auditioning, as you said, because that's exactly what I was doing. I was people pleasing and doing a whole performance audition to show my worthiness. Like, oh, look at what I can do. Look at how I'm treating you. I could be your boyfriend. I could be your partner. You should pick me. That's a waste of time, because you get taken advantage of a lot. Like, it is what it is. And I'm gonna say it. Call me simping, call me, bitching, complaining, whatever. People talk all day about how they want to have good men, but at the end of the day, when a good man is actually there, you don't want good men. You want people that you can take advantage of. You want people that you can use. That's what that is. Because being good in this society gets you nowhere. It gets you used and abused. So now, have I given up on love? About 70-80% of the, yeah. I'm literally at that 70 to 80% of giving up on it, because I don't really, I'm 30, about to be 31. I have yet to be treated with dignity and respect, have yet to have a reciprocal relationship. It is what it is. That's really how I'm at. Now, would I give it a chance down the road? Yes, but I'm going to need basically 14 months to myself to recover from the 14 months that I just wasted. I got to heal and I got to focus on me again. It's unfortunate that this is how things are, because it shouldn't have to be this way. And like you said, financially, with capitalism, we basically are in late stage capitalism. It's hell on wheels out here. It's unaffordable. People are struggling to make ends meet. On top of the fact that you may feel inadequate because of what you see on social media. You got somebody talking about, oh, I'm going to Barbados, I'm going to Cancun, I just bought me a $100,000 vehicle, and look at my luxury apartment. You seeing all of that on social media, and if you don't have those things, you may feel inadequate and like you ain't about shit. And like you said, social media, you kind of have to take with a grain of salt, because people be on their line. And then a lot of people be buying shit on credit, so they don't actually own any of the stuff that they're showing you. So you don't really know everything. And there are people who truly are out here getting to the bag. I have friends that are very successful, went into the right fields, went and got the right degrees, and are making bank. And then there's people like me, where I just got a bunch of student loan debt with a useless ass degrees in a field that pays poverty wages. I mean, like I be saying on all my videos, I am very transparent. What do I need to lie about? You know what I'm saying? Literally. But I'm single and I'm independent, and I don't necessarily think it's by choice. It's by default. Like, if nobody wants to be with you, then you're going to be single. Like, I don't, I get where you're coming from, but it's also like, what are you talking about? Like, if we don't have options, then you're just going to default back to being single, because who else is going to take care of you? You're going to have to figure that out. And then even when you're in a relationship, it's not your partner's job to take care of you. So again, but that's just it. Niggas don't even want to go 50-50. They just want to go 100 with you providing 100 and you getting 0 out of it in return. So, at least in my experience, let me use I statements, in my experience. So that's just my 2 cents on it. Again, I don't support planned marriages, and people love to romanticize the 1950s and then completely forget that women were having their asses beat, raped, abused, cheated on, dogged out. But hey, the man brought home the bacon. I don't really see how that's something to be proud about. And then, depending on your situation, a lot of our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, aunts, moms were traumatically abused mentally, physically, financially, emotionally, sexually, in relationships with these men. So it's to me, it's more to it than just having a man and having anybody. You need to have a quality person, not just I'm in a relationship. Like, you need a quality person too. But check out Say So TV's video. The link is in the description box. Check out his channel. Subscribe to his channel. He makes a lot of good content, a lot of good conversations, and showcases his perspective. And these are topics, in my opinion, that need to be talked about more. You know what I'm saying? But that's my response to Say So TV's video on gay, bi, queer men being independent, being single. It's hard as hell. Do I recommend it? No. Is it a choice? It can be for some, and then it cannot be for others, because I damn sure didn't choose to be single you know, and independent. It's just, it is what it is. If nobody wants to be with me, then that's just how it is. And then the people that I think I call myself liking and caring about, they use and abuse. It is what it is. I'm just a damn placeholder. So I would much rather be single at that point than to be sitting up being used and taken advantage of. But anyways, link to his video is in the description box below, and check out his YouTube channel. He makes amazing content, and that's my response to that video. And I'm out. I'm about to go get lunch.